Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me once again on my channel. Today, hold on, let me just get some tea while I water my mouth or whatever. Grab your tea too, grab some snacks, cause it's gonna be juicy today, okay? Yeah. Today, we're going to be addressing an issue that happens quite prevalently in our romantic relationship. As y'all can see, I'm just really comfortable in a hoodie and like pajama pants. I know what you're thinking. Why the makeup? Why the hair? Why the nails? Why the extra? Like, y'all know me by now, okay? I may be comfortable, but we still extra, okay? I'm like not going anywhere, but like, check the eye detail. It's cute or whatever. No, but for real, have you ever been in a relationship whereby the one party is completely happy with all the going ons of the relationship, is completely fulfilled, and is oblivious the reservations that you may have, the discontentment and dissatisfaction within you?
Or vice versa.
Have you ever had someone tell you that you were not quite it for them, even though you were enjoying the relationship? You felt as if the two of you bonded like Bonnie and Clyde, like the glue from heaven, and were completely devastated to find out that
they did not feel the exact same way about you.
I know you probably have, right? At least once or twice. Once or twice, I know. Maybe even thrice or 4 times. We're going to demystify and clarify what that is all about. Hold on. Just give me a second. I told you I'm hungry, right? Hold on. This issue is known as one-way compatibility. I know you're kind of surprised, right? Because when we talk about compatibility in relationships, we've never heard of one-way compatibility. It's either we discuss the fact that the pair are either compatible or not. Either you have things in common that are similar interests, or not at all. However, there is one-way compatibility, whereby, so the lady that was talking about this illustrated this by showing a circle that fits perfectly into this square.
Okay. Imagine that you're the square and I'm the circle.
Okay.
I fit into you. And
Yep.
so you're able to touch all of my points. You complete me. It feels good. You are able to do all that I need to fulfill me. But the square has edges that are never touched. And so they have unmet needs. And they go, you know what? For some reason, this just doesn't feel fully satisfying to me. While the other person is going, what is wrong? I'm so happy. I give you everything. Doesn't this
Right.
feel wonderful to you?
And so that is why sometimes you meet someone and there are some similarities. You will kind of get off to a certain extent. You will experience some sort of happiness, some sort of joy, and not to say that the other person or the other partner who is not fulfilling all your needs is a bad person or a toxic person or has whatever negative things about them, but they just don't quite entirely fulfill you. Like they just ain't it. I know you know what I'm talking about, some of y'all. I know you've been there. Nothing is wrong with them. Like they pray, they know how to resolve conflict, they a nice person, they got manners, they are humble, they treat you right. But somehow there's just something that's not quite it about them. You might not even be able to put your finger on it or explain exactly why it is that you don't understand why such a good person is not a good fit and match for you. and it does happen. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of my own experiences with this one-way compatibility, y'all. It can be rough out here in these love streets, okay? Let's get right into it.
If you have not been subscribed, what kind of nonsense is this? You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. 3 seconds right now to subscribe. I'm gonna wait. 3 seconds. You got it? Okay? We move on with the video. We move.
So, I remember being on the phone with an old friend, okay? Hold on. We're of the same faith. We had some similar interests, some similar beliefs and principles in how we believe we wanted to lead and build our lives. And it got to a point whereby, y'all know most at this age, in our 20s, most of us are kind of dating with a purpose, dating with kind of the intention to see if we could actually build something that would last, something that would lead to marriage, the ring on the finger. Don't mind the lipstick stain on the cup or whatever. So, I remember this friend of mine telling me how much he thought that I was such a good fit for him. And this is a conversation that we had had before. I remember him telling me how much he had never enjoyed someone's company so much, how much freedom he felt around me. And so he was just reiterating to me how he felt that I would be a really good fit for him. This was a conversation that we had had before, keep in mind. And so I got really frustrated because, hold on, I'm gonna tell y'all why it was irritating for me. Hold on. I told y'all to get some food, like I'm eating, okay? So, I felt extremely irritated
Because.
I felt like I was really not being listened to. Never once in the discussion was he listening to me or asking me how I felt. Yes, he felt that I did all of those things for him.
Heck, doesn't what I want matter? Doesn't what I want count?
Shouldn't that be considered in the equation as well? Am I only going to live for your happiness and fulfillment? What about mine? Like, that's a really selfish thing to try and push on someone, or to insinuate that because you make me happy, you should be my wife. Because you do this for me and I've never felt this way with anyone else, then you're the right person for me. How about we have a two-sided conversation right now? How about we break it down? I think in my previous life I used to rap, because that happens a lot sometimes. Anyway, back to the story or whatever. So it was really frustrating to have to repeat myself over and over again to say, I understand how you feel, but that doesn't mean that goes the same way for me. Because you vibing, that person makes you feel special, you vibing with this person. It doesn't necessarily mean that they feel the same way. So it's important to ask.
You must ask before you talk.
You must ask. That's why mutuality is so important, and don't be offended if they don't feel the same way. It doesn't mean that you're toxic or they're toxic. One-way compatibility is a real thing. You need to acknowledge it. I'm not gonna act like I'm all perfect, like my life has been right since day one. Okay, let me tell you another story. Y'all ready? Let me just back up my camera a little bit, because I see like y'all are too close. Let me just back it up. Your girl was like, thinking she was all in love with this dude. He ticked a lot of the boxes. You know, he wasn't perfect or nothing, but he made me feel all fuzzy and warm on the inside. You know, a man that prays for you already is just a really big tick on the box. But he was a gentleman. He would give me these small, really sentimental gifts. He knows that I was into music, so he would do a lot of things for me musically that were musical as well. And I had my head up in the clouds. We had a lot of common interests. The kind of work field and industry we're in entertainment, we would talk about a lot of things that we both had interest in. We had a lot of similarities. We would dance together, and it just felt good. It was a relationship that felt really good for me to be in. There were a lot of things right with him that I would say I required in a partner. So, you know, we're good or whatever, or so I thought. Okay, I thought we was good or whatever. So imagine my shock. The relationship had to go down the drain. But in the end, I mean, what is it but a thing? God is good. God has somebody that is going to be a perfect reciprocal match. At the end of the day, I'm still me. Do you know how fabulous? Take a second. I'm sorry. What did you say? Like, I mean,
Because I am what? Sickening. You could never.
do you know whose daughter I am? Okay. I'm not even just talking in a physical sense, but I'm talking about I'm God's daughter, okay? He owns all the resources in this world, okay? He is able to snap his finger and the Red Sea is gone apart. He breathes through his nostril and life is given to a baby. He is not short of resources. So just want to encourage somebody out there. It's really okay. There's nothing wrong with you. Unless there really is something wrong with you that you need to fix, a toxic habit, something that you need to go back and revise, something that you can bring more to the table, whatever it is that you may need to improve on. But I'm talking about situations whereby it wasn't fully mutually fulfilling. It's totally okay.
All your tears is for boys. It's not for the Lord. You have never worshipped and cried. There's a place once a while when you are worshiping God, tears must run from your eye. It demonstrates your love for Jesus Christ. Unsuma Yesu da. Brother Shukwanda, Brother Senene, you have cried for them.
We connect with others on so many different levels. So to say that there was one way compatibility within a relationship is not to deny the entire existence of any kind of compatibility. You might have really felt a fire and a connection and felt that we are emotionally compatible, intellectually compatible, but maybe you were not spiritually compatible for that person. And the thing about it is, we as individuals value things differently. So for some people, they don't really value spiritual compatibility as a big thing. As long as the emotional connection is there and the intellectual connection is there, they don't really mind working out the other smaller things. And for other people, it is a really big thing. You need to know for you what are non-negotiables. We all need different things in relationships. One woman is simply looking for security. The other woman is looking for security and a purpose mate. Someone else is looking for something different, a combination of different things. Know yourself, know what you need from a partner, and don't fake it. You know, once you discover that this person does not tick as many boxes for me, I'm not truly happy, I'm not being fulfilled, don't lie to the person. Communicate as soon as you know, be honest, and hoping that we all have healthy, happy relationships that we're not compromising in, and marriages and any kind of relationships that are truly fulfilling. That's it from me, guys. Whoopsa! Boom, 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 boom.